Andy, thanks. This is certainly a situation everyone hoped to avoid this year with this flooding, but unfortunately those barriers have not been able to hold up. We do have crews out on the scene for you this evening. One of them, Local 4, Sean Logging, who is live at the River Center parking ramp. He's been watching from above there with a vantage point from above. Sean, what have you been able to notice? I know you're above everything, but on the ground, are you able to tell to a degree how much water is actually making it into the buildings, how high up it is?
Yeah, I really don't know how high it is, but when it comes to those cars down there by the Peterson Paper Company and then Bucktown, you can just kind of see it go halfway up the wheel well, almost up to the top of the wheel, just short of the door handle on some of them. But just a little while ago, probably around 4:30, 4:20, we actually saw an excavator head down onto Pershing and actually rescue someone that was actually in a truck, kind of pull him back up toward Pershing. But just looking at Perry Street here, you can just see it kind of goes up about halfway between 2nd and River Drive, and you can just see how high the water is by those HESCO barriers. Just imagine, those are supposed to withstand about 23 feet, the city of Davenport said today. That's how high they're trying to build them, just to make sure that they are able to withstand the flooding that is coming right now. But as you can see, it goes very close to the top of those HESCO barriers, probably just a few inches shy of the top here right now.
It sounds like there was one person you noticed that needed to be rescued. Have you seen any other potential rescues out there while you've been out there today?
Yes, there was actually a fire department boat. They've been kind of ferrying people in and out of these downtown buildings down here. There was at least probably about half a dozen people in one of those that came ashore. Though very few people in those wanted to talk because they've said that they lost a lot of property, or there was a lot of damage to their property just as the water rushed into some of these buildings. Because you have to imagine too, just when it comes to the pressure of the water rushing in, it probably doesn't equalize. It probably wasn't equalized right away, and that causes some damage. But yeah, boats have been going all along the flooded areas down here. They're actually been checking to the HESCO barriers just to see what areas are still standing probably, and just kind of what areas of concern that crews have to work at. But as you can see, there's still a lot of people down here tonight trying to sandbag along their property just to keep this water that's going higher definitely from getting into their building, Jim.
Yeah, I see those sandbags there in the middle of the street. Does it look like they'll be able to do much with those, that they can actually keep the water at bay this moment, or is it just an exercise in futility?
Well, so that building right there with the sandbags in front of their building, I actually saw people inside there. So the water was actually just the bottom of the door. So hopefully right now what they were able to do just when it comes to those sandbags, we'll have to keep that water from going inside their building there, keep that building dry. But definitely a lot of the buildings that are just in the center of this flooding, just past Pershing on 2nd Street here, there's probably going to be quite a bit of damage in the lower levels, I could imagine. Jim?
Is it your sense that the people who were there about an hour ago have pretty much cleared out to the best that they can? There's really nobody else stranded, and people are getting away from downtown as much as possible?
Yeah, so police have actually been pushing people back toward 3rd Street. You can actually see a fireboat right now that's kind of right there on 2nd near Pershing, heading back out into the water. But yeah, most people have been pushed back out of this area. Police and fire department wanted them pushed back to 3rd. But there's still a few people downtown in this area that is definitely still dry here along 2nd Street near Perry. Just kind of looking at the scene that's developed here just within the past a little more than an hour, just trying to get a sense of just how much devastation has quickly risen into this downtown area, Jim.
Sean, thank you for that report. Certainly an intense situation out there this afternoon. Again, something that we really were hoping wouldn't have to come to pass, but it certainly has in downtown Davenport. We will check with Sean Logging a little later.